West Ham players have been tearing up the Euros as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I don't know what it is with Andriy Yarmolenko. How come when we see him at West Ham, he's, one-footed and just keeps going tap, 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 tap with the ball, not even moving his right foot. And then when he's playing for the Ukraine, he turns into his prime Messi-esque self. What's going on, man? Is it the West Ham effect? Is it the Ukraine effect? I don't know. But I'm going to talk about Andriy Yarmolenko in this video, as well as two other players for the Hammers who have been playing at the Euros. Let's get right into it. Yeah, I've been watching the Euros. There's 3 games a day, which is absolutely amazing. It's keeping me busy whilst I'm at home, and it's getting my fulfillment of football. The West Ham players playing in the Euros, like I said, and I'm going to be talking about them in this edition of Off the Press. First of all, I'm going to be talking about Andriy Yarmolenko's dazzling performances for the Ukraine. I'm also going to be talking about Declan Rice's partnership with Kalvin Phillips, and Thomas Soucek and Vladimir Sofal playing for the Czech Republic. All the players that I've mentioned have been doing really well so far, but some of them are playing a little differently to how they would at club level. I'm going to really talk about this, and I'm going to say why I think this might be as well. When I see Andriy Yarmolenko play for West Ham, I see Chernobyl Samba, my nickname for him, because I see a player who step-overs way too many times, struggles to move the ball with the other foot, and struggles to get forward because he seems too nervous and hesitant. When I see Andriy Yarmolenko playing for the Ukraine, he turns into Soviet Salah. What is it? I mean, he is his country's second all-time top goal scorer, and he could even go number 1 with the way he's going. But he's had 2 goals in 2 games for the Ukraine in this Euros, and has won 2 Man of the Match awards. And Ukraine actually have got a decent team, with Yaremchuk, Yarmolenko, players like Matvienko in defence, just to name a few. Ukraine actually have got a decent team. And Yarmolenko is a big part of their national team puzzle. I don't know, I think maybe he's just more comfortable with the Ukraine and maybe more comfortable with his national team because it allows him to play maybe in a better system. It maybe allows him to get more game time. Bear in mind, last season he only came on for less than 15 minutes when he was subbed on. And I think that he was the most substituted player in the Premier League last season. I read that somewhere online. The goal he scored against the Netherlands was stunning. Like a stunning left-footer that went high into the top corner. And his second goal was a simple tap-in. He won 2 Man of the Match awards and then went viral because of a video of him refusing Coca-Cola and drinking Heineken instead. So Heineken sales have probably gone up because of a Ukrainian man. What is it, though, with Yarmolenko? I mean, fair play to him for getting 2 Man of the Match awards, and fair play to him for scoring in the Euros. I've kept my eye on him. But why can't he do it for West Ham? Why? Why? Like, this goes back to the old thing, I suppose, of don't scout a player based on how he plays in the Euros or an international competition, because Yarmolenko tears it up for Ukraine and bosses it for Ukraine, but he can't do it for West Ham. And when he's in the national team, he is Soviet Salah. Do you know what I'm saying? He is the Kiev Cristiano. Whereas with West Ham, he is Chernobyl Samba again. So I don't get it. But fair play to him, he's having a really good Euros, and yeah, he's having a good time there. So I can't complain about that. Last season in the Premier League, we had Leeds United fans saying that Kalvin Phillips was better than Declan Rice. And we were all like, yeah, right, mate, what have you been putting in your Yorkshire tea, you absolute plebs? Well, that all changed in the Euros, kind of. So what happened is that Declan Rice and Kalvin Phillips have now formed a good international partnership. And it reminds me of the Declan Rice-Thomas Soucek partnership at West Ham. Let me explain why. Declan Rice and Thomas Soucek work together well because Declan Rice can be responsible defensively and allow Thomas Soucek to go forward more and go into forward positions more. It's kind of the same with Kalvin Phillips and Declan Rice. Rice can be a defensive midfielder, as he generally naturally is with the England national team anyway, and Kalvin Phillips can go forward more. Those two worked really well together in the game against Croatia because they made that midfield very tight and flexible at the same time. Rice made it tight, Phillips made it flexible and moved the ball to other places. And it was a really good partnership, like I say, and long may it continue at international level. Because I think that England do have a lot of very good midfielders. Mason Mount is simply fantastic. Phil Foden is absolutely class, and it's going to be world class within a few years the way he's going. I'm not sure about Sterling. And Grealish is definitely a good player. But Rice and Phillips are, I think, what England need. Those two work so well together, and they're really close to each other as well. Declan Rice and Phillips put in a really good shift against Croatia. They didn't do as much against Scotland, but what annoyed me about the Scotland game was that fans were criticising Declan Rice. People were getting on Declan Rice's back and saying, is he really worth 90 million? I'm not even going to start and get onto all the slander of Declan Rice. I'm not even going to bother. Because there's no point in getting involved in it or even going into too much detail about it. Didn't do anything wrong. In fact, he's probably been one of England's most consistent players this tournament. I don't think Declan Rice has really ever put a foot wrong, for club and country. So why are people getting into the business of slagging him off? Even some West Ham fans are doing it. Are you mad? Are you mad? Seriously, no. I'm not going to have any Declan Rice slander on my channel, or on your Twitter, or any social media, because if I do, I will block you. Or I will fight back at you. Declan Rice and Kalvin Phillips are a great duo when they play together internationally. But let me get one thing clear to end this bit. Phillips is not better than Declan Rice. But he is still a good player though. Vladimir Sofal and Thomas Souček are West Ham's Czech mates, and they've been staying put in the UK for the most part because of the Euros. In Hampden Park, the Czech Republic played against Scotland, and it was a really good game. I watched it here at home. Patrick Schick had 2 goals. One of them was a really incredible lob that went high over David Marshall and resulted in Marshall becoming an internet meme and getting the absolute living crap photoshopped out of him. But both of Sofal and Souček assisted Schick's goals in that first game. They played really well, and even in the second game when they played against Croatia, Sofal's crossing was really, really, really impressive. His crossing ability is good in general. We know that for West Ham, but he showed it on the international stage. Souček was a little more quieter than usual, but he did have a few chances in the last few games. And another player that I focused on was Alex Kral, who West Ham were linked with at one point, and are still, I think, linked with right now, the Spartak Moscow midfielder. I've got to say, in the game against Croatia, Alex Kral disappointed me a little bit. He didn't really do much, and I don't think he's worth this £30 million price tag. However, just to get back on topic real quick, Souček and Sofal have had a pretty good Euro so far, as the Czech Republic aims to qualify for the next round. I think that Sofal's been very impressive defensively, and he's been quite attacking minded as per usual, while Souček's been controlling parts of the midfield and has had a few chances to score. But Patrick Schick is tearing it up and doing a really good job for the Czech Republic. And I say tearing up quite often, but that's what he's been doing. He's got 3 goals in his last 2 games, and he's been their go-to guy. Souček and Sofal, providing assists in the first game, surely helped him on his way. Thank you very much for watching Off the Press. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments. Why do you think Andriy Yarmolenko plays better for his country than he does his club? What do you think of the Declan Rice and Kalvin Phillips partnership? And have you been keeping an eye on Thomas Souček and Vladimir Sofal throughout these Euros? If you have, or you have any thoughts you want to give, comment below because I want to read them. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you all soon.